Welcome to
Amor
Chaos,
and Conversations,
where the love is big, the chaos is real.
and the conversations are deep.
Cheers. Cheers.
Welcome back to episode 4. Yay! We're on 4th episode.
We're on the floor.
Oh my gosh!
Don't mind how I look this week, guys. They look all cute and pretty, and I just look like how I feel.
We all go through those days. Don't worry.
Yeah. But I'm here.
We still love you.
Mm-hmm. Love you too.
We have to give a shout out to a lot of our Instagram followers, which we're so grateful for you guys. Last week we put up a topic to see if anybody would like to suggest what our next episode theme would be. And we do have one.
Yes, it is pregnancies, postpartums, how life changed after kids or stood the same. And that was recommended by, I'm going to put her Instagram, t._.marie.
Thank you for your suggestions. It was one of the most extended topics that we found on our Instagram. So thank you for that suggestion. And let's get into it.
How life changes, right? I say, me thinking earlier, I was having a conversation with her, I was like, well, my life didn't really change. It was a lot. Obviously, your life changed. It does a complete 180 from you yourself, the relationship you have with yourself after postpartum, the relationship with your partner, your friends, everything changes. Your partner, going back onto what we were talking about last week, your communication has to be stronger. I feel like when you have a kid, everything has to be. You're now a team, but you were always a team, but now like in a stronger, it's a different way. I feel like with friends, it's different because some get deeper, some fade away. When you have kids, they don't always stay. And then with yourself is the most important one, for me at least. You go through all the mood swings in your head on how everything drastically changed overnight. It feels like, correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah. I felt like, what am I going to do from here?
Even though those 9 months feel like the longest time of your life.
But then not enough to prepare you for that change.
And even though you've been around children before, it's totally different from being, the aunt or the friend who was around kids or even working at a center. It's so different than just having your own. I know there was at least a year of my son's life where I kept looking at him like, oh my God, I'm your mom. Like, I'm responsible for you. Mm-hmm. You are trusting in me that I'm going to provide for you. And that was like a big shock to me because before it was just me. Mm-hmm. And, my boyfriend at the time, who's now my husband, but, going out and just doing whatever we wanted and all that changed.
Yeah.
And that
big
was
time.
like the biggest, like, ooh. Yeah. We had somebody to take care of now. And so we had to, not in a sense of like grow up because we were at the point at that time, we had our jobs and we were stable and stuff, but it was just like slowing our nightlife out and just focusing on him, just making sure we could provide.
Yeah. I always knew I wanted to be a mom, but then getting into the pregnancy aspect of it, I think like it really hit my self-esteem because to myself, I felt like not only was my body changing, but I was going through this major change too because I was in my already late 20s and I was trying to figure out my life and then boom, here comes a baby. We had all these plans and now the big plan is our baby. So that changes where you're living, what car you're driving, what clothes you need to start wearing differently, different things you got to think about, daycare, who's going to watch the baby. We can't go out like that anymore. So a lot of those things were like hitting me like a brick. And my husband would tell me like, relax, we're going to figure it all out. But I'm one that is very like, I need to know my plan so I can work towards that plan. Mm-hmm. So it was very tough for me to like navigate that whole time. And of course, like I had him, but I also felt like I had friends, but when you're going through it and no one else is pregnant or no one has been pregnant, you kind of feel very alone.
Yeah, especially because I was at that point where I had my kid first. Though I had him late in my 20s, I was one of the first in my friend groups to have a baby. And it was, I didn't have that person.
Me too.
I didn't have that person to be like, oh, I'm feeling like this, or this is hurting. What do you think it could be? Like I didn't have that person to connect with to ask those questions on a personal level, and I was just learning by myself.
Right. And the more, I feel like when we're younger, it's just like spontaneous. Like you do things, you get up and you go. You don't gotta worry about nothing. Then you have a kid, and it's like more like responsible planning. You have to like do a routine. Now everything is routine. You can't just get up and be like, let's do this and let's do that. Like you can now as they grow, but when they're small, it's hard, especially when it's just you and your husband, you and your boyfriend, whatever it is. It's like, all right, we got to work around the baby. Like, can we go there? Can we do this? Are we going to be able to do this?
Because do you really want to go there with your baby?
Do you
know,
really want
them
to exactly
people around that area?
Not even that. Like you're new also. So like, what if they cry? What if they're hungry? What if, you're all like have all these emotions? Like what do I do?
I had an amazing pediatrician. I remember like it was yesterday. I had Lewis in June, and June 14th, and we had to do the checkup 2 days later in her office. And he came in a long sleeve shirt and long pants. It was the cutest outfit ever. He looked so cute in it. But she goes, "Are you hot?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm hot." And she was like, "Then he's hot." And she gave it to me just like that. She was like, "Why do you have him in long sleeve and long sweatshirt?" And I was like, I don't know. Like he's so little. Hot to me, I didn't think it was gonna be him. And she was like, "No, go to the mall, go to dinner, do everything you used to do, but just go to early bird. Don't go to a mall at 9 o'clock at night when you know that it's packed. Go at 4, where you know it's just like mall walkers. Go to dinner at early bird, and you can enjoy your life. Your life does not stop because you have kids. You just gotta accommodate it around your kid. Germs are good, not all of them, but some are. Get him acquainted to it so that when he goes to daycare or somewhere else, he's not getting sick all the time." And I was like, "Oh, okay." And after that, I was fine. But I needed that because I didn't know. I didn't have, the friends who had babies already to tell me what I needed to do and not do. And when she said, I was like, light bulb. Oh, really?
I will never forget. Story time. I will never forget. I had a small car at the time, and I remember having the baby, which is my oldest son, in the back seat. And I lived in New York at the time. So my drive from New Jersey to New York was a long drive, especially with traffic. And I remember he started crying when I was maybe 40 minutes from home. He started crying in the car, and I'm like, oh my God, it's time to give him a bottle. And I'm starting to sweat in the car driving home because it's just, if you've never had an infant, you won't know this cry. But if you have had an infant, you know this loud, screeching cry that they make. They're so little, but they're so loud. And he's going and going, and your heart is breaking because you want to stop and feed this baby, but you're in the middle of a highway and you can't, And he's screaming, and I'm like, it's okay. And I'm trying to reach behind and trying to
you're about to cry.
Yes, he's crying. I'm literally starting to cry. And I was very alone in that moment. Finally, I saw a way that I could get off the highway and pull over. And I literally went to the back. I grabbed him, made him a bottle, and just squeezed him and gave him a bottle because I was sitting there crying by myself in the back. I will never forget that moment. But it was learning as a mom, right? You're learning to navigate your schedule, their feeding schedule. Like, I should have waited, right, to be up before I get on the highway. But sometimes you just can't. You just have to go along with what you have and pull over. But, I'll never forget that day because I felt miserable not being able to get to my baby to give him the bottle.
And when you have kids, like, that's literally your heart walking around.
Oh, my God.
Right? And for me, it was really hard to trust anybody else that wasn't myself in caring for my son. Because I was like, I knew everybody who would want to take care of him or needed to take care of him, but I always felt like I was the one who was able to care for him the most. And that's where I needed to, like, reflect on myself. Like, hey, they all had kids. They all came out perfect. I need to trust in them that he's going to be okay. But it's your heart that I'm going to cry.
Oh.
It's literally your heart walking around and you're like, take care of him. And you're only going to work.
I know.
You're only going to work and you're like, okay. I remember going back to work, and at that time I had stayed home 18 months with Lewis because I could not. Every time I was due to go back to work, I was having legit panic attack. I can't leave him. I can't leave him. And I finally was like, okay, 18 months. He can go back to, go to my mother-in-law's, and which she's a blessing in disguise. I can go to work, but that first week I was calling her every hour. Like, is he okay? Did he eat? And, did he do tummy time? Did he do all these things? It was hard. It was really, really hard.
Mine's is a little more easier going back to work, I feel like. Because my sister, I kind of raised my little sister. So I was already older. I was in high school. And then my mom had her. We're years apart. Like, my sister's about to be 16 now. Mm-hmm. So that's when I first got with Matthew. And she was literally months old. And I used to tell my mom, like, oh, I have the baby. So the baby used to be with me all day. My mom didn't even have to worry about her. I would feed her. I would shower her. I would sleep with her in the night. I would do everything. I would be like, all right, I'll get home from school. All right, I'm going to take her to the park. I would get her dressed, take her to the park. So when I had the baby, it was like, oh, it was like nothing, But going back to work, I had a completely different experience. I was like going crazy after the 3 months. I was calling Matthew crying for different reasons because I was like, I can't take these fucking 4 walls. Yeah. I was like, I love the baby. I love being with the baby. Don't get me wrong. Everywhere I went, you saw me and the baby. But me being in those 4 walls, I was going fucking crazy. To the point where I was like, I have to go back to work. And thank God my sister-in-law, she had a daycare at the time, and she took care of all my kids. So I knew they were good hands. Because you see her, how she is with her kids? Crazy. She's like that with my kids. So I knew she was like putting them in a bubble the whole time. But when I went back to work, I was like, I called Matthew one day, and I was like, I'm going to jump out the first floor window. I really am. Like, I was just sobbing on the phone. I was like, I can't do this. Like, I'm going crazy. And it was summertime. And I would go out, like, to the front. But, like you said, I was like, too many people, too many crowds. But I was like, somebody take me out here.
Socialization.
Yeah, it was like, take me out.
You only have baby shows that you're watching.
Yeah.
And it's like the routine. Bottles, diapers, nap. And then you get in a routine and you're like, I'm going to go crazy.
It takes a toll. And not to say, like, before pregnancy, I was anywhere outside. Because I wasn't. I was always a homebody. It was just the same thing all the time. Baby crying, me waking up, taking a shower, doing this. And it was just, like, the same thing. And I was just like, no, I can't do this. I need to see, like, civilization. I need to see people. And then I would come home, and once I went back to work and I came back to the baby, I was like, oh, like, okay, it feels good. Like, I could get back to the normal routine. But at first, I was losing it. I was like, no, I'm never doing this. I can't do this. It was bad. I cried the first day at work because I left the baby, but after that, I was like, are you good? It really was. You good? No, yeah, it was different. Like I said, my baby was everything. All my babies, even now. But
yeah, I had to lose my son at daycare. It was
you see the guys.
But I knew the ladies at the daycare.
Oh,
I was very blessed to know these ladies. They were wonderful. And I worked with them in the past, so I knew who they were going to. But at the same time,
it's always the what if.
I was still like, what if something happens? What if they don't love him the way I do? They're never going to love him the way I do, but, give him that affection that I give him,
Yeah.
And so when I gave him off, he just looked at me and smiled. And I was just like, oh my God,
you're 12, just kidding. No, it's a lot. That's a lot. That's hard. Especially if the baby smiles, you're like, bye, Mom. Like, damn.
Yeah. And till now, like, if you ever met my oldest son, he's just like that. He's just happy-go-lucky, and he's like, bye. And he'll tell me he loves me. He's very affectionate, but it doesn't faze him. He's just okay with just
But I think it would be harder if the baby cried when you left.
Yeah, that would be even harder.
Yeah.
That would be ugly.
But I also felt like he didn't know what's going on. Like, he just didn't, he was too little to know what was happening.
Yeah.
But, yeah, with Aiden was a little different. Yeah, he was the hard one. He's the one that, I was able to leave him with a friend of my mom's who stayed with us. And she was lovely. She was wonderful. But she was getting to see all his first.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh. So that was really hard.
That happened to me too.
That was really hard. She was like, oh, he did this, and oh, he did that, and I'm like, but I should be there to see it. That was hard for me.
What were the boys' first words? Dad. Mine was too.
All of them.
I would scream at Lewis. I'm like, I carried you for 9 months. I was in labor for 21 hours. Say mama.
Yeah.
To be fair, it's a known scientific fact that a lot of them will just
say that.
dada because
It's
it's
an
naturally
easy.
easy.
like, don't get too happy.
Okay, so all the dads that are cheering right now, it's a known fact. If your child said mama, congratulations.
Yes.
You're lucky.
You're lucky.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. But it is hard, like navigating all of that time frame, but it's also so amazing, right? Because you went through it, and some of us did it without anybody else to help us, and our children are thriving, right?
Okay.
And we have become great moms, and we see everything now. We're able to be a part of a lot of things in their lives. So it's a tough first stage, you know. Pregnancy is never easy. A lot of people don't have it as easy. They go through a lot of tough things. Giving birth is another obstacle. My first birth was a walk in the park. And I'm like, why do I always see people in movies screaming? Why do people always say people are like, oh my God, it's so much pain? I didn't have that experience. But when I had my second, I was even mad at the security guard.
They say that the second one is supposed to be the easier.
No,
No, they say
She said she was
mad at the security guard.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
security guard
so
wheeled me
damn.
in. I felt so bad, but I didn't at the same time. They were wheeling me in the parking lot. I felt every damn bump in that parking lot. Wheeled me to the elevator. Then she took me to the wrong damn level. I was on the wrong floor.
How does she not know where labor?
I'm like, your security is supposed to know where we're going. Take me to the right floor. And she was like, yes, ma'am.
She spoke through her teeth. You know she was mad.
And I was even mad at my mom. My mom touched my leg and I was, don't touch.
Yeah, at one point I was like, you did this to me! When Minnie was trying to calm me down, I was like, don't touch me, you did this to me.
Yeah.
I was in labor for 21 hours,
Yeah,
girl.
that's
By that
a
time,
lot.
I was like, just cut him out.
Yeah.
I'm going to cut him out myself.
Yeah. No.
It was horrible. It was RJ's mom. I was like, get him out of me. Get him out of me. I don't care what you do. And the doctor came in and suctioned him out in 2 seconds.
Mine was all C-sections.
My epidural was gone by time.
So I didn't feel any of that at all. I didn't get to experience the
Or
contraction.
you had a C-section.
Cam was coming out breached. That's my first one. He was coming out breached. So they told me, like, I want to say like 3 weeks ahead of the due date. They were like, oh, you know, Mom, unfortunately, you're going to need a C-section. When I tell you I sobbed, I've never had surgery. I never had anything. And all I'm thinking about, I'm having this kid, and now you're putting me in the situation where I can't help me or the baby. Like, I'm like literally helpless.
Yeah.
I'm literally paralyzed on the bed, and you're cutting me open to get my baby out. And it's known to be one of the scariest surgeries because anything could go like that any time. And I say that now because I work in labor and delivery, and I see what women go through. It is the craziest thing I have ever seen, and I've done multiple surgeries. The way they stretch your body open, the way they cut 7 layers of you, like, and all my life I heard, because we're Spanish, you know, they have this saying, like, tú no eres madre. And they used to tell me that. Yeah, my old, like, family, like, the older ones are like, no, tú no eres madre. And I'm like, wow, really?
Because you didn't have them natural.
Mm-hmm. And I would sit there and I would be like, and this is when I still haven't, like, you're never going to experience what it is to be a mother kind of thing. And I still haven't even gave birth yet. So when I did give birth, I was ready. I was like, if anything, I am more of a mother than you guys are. Because I'm not only in pain for, you know, the 21 hours you have to push. Like, I have a whole 2 weeks of not being able to get up.
Longer.
It's to the point where if I sneezed a little bit, I felt like my insides were coming out.
Like they were ripping.
They were out, sis.
Oh.
Like, I felt that I could pick up my intestines. That's how bad it was. I needed help going up the stairs. My father,
everything.
yeah, I'll have a little story time for you guys. Okay? Let's get into it, because it was the first week I had Cam. I had to stay in the hospital for 3 days for a C-section. So my mom was like, you know, stay with me for the couple of days so that way I can help you. Only thing is that she's on the second floor. Like, her apartment is bi-level, so I was like, if she was the only thing you would have to climb. So if you're going to stay during the day, you have to stay downstairs, and then during the night, go. I was like, you know, fine, cool, I can do that. So I had to get up in the middle of the night, and I had to pee so bad.
It was upstairs.
It was upstairs in the level, but my mom's thing was low. Matthew at that same time was playing basketball and he hurt his ankle. Okay? So I'm sitting there and I have to pee, so now I'm like waking up. And then this fucking ass is there like,
Not me, her husband.
yeah, not me. Sorry. He's there like, and I'm like, what the fuck is that? Why did you, I just got split like a fucking fillet fish. And I looked over and he's like, holding his eyes together and like damn near crying because his ankle was a hairline fracture. Do you know how bad it was? I got up from the bed. It took me all of like 40 minutes to get off that fucking bed. And I just looked at him and I was like, you need to man up. Because I was just sliced open. The baby's crying. I have to pee. I went to the bathroom. My mom heard me in between the door. I was like, you can't do this. I can sit to me.
Oh my God.
I was in the bathroom for like 20 minutes just crying to myself. My father comes out and is like, you have to help her. She's crying in the bathroom alone. Like, I can't go. And I'm there and I'm like, she's opening the door and I'm like, no, I can't. I'm like hovering the toilet and I'm like, I can't sit down. It felt like somebody was like ripping me apart. Ripping me. While he's crying, the baby's crying. I'm now crying. So now I'm telling my mom, I finally get up and I'm like walking to her and I'm like, can you please help me with the baby? Because then you can't carry your baby because of the C-section. So she leaves me. I can only walk like 2 miles per hour. So I'm like waddling after her. She takes the baby and now she's humming the baby to sleep. And Matthew's there like, if I could, trust me, I would have fought him that day. That day was the day. I just looked at him and I was like, get up. Do something. Do something. And I laid my happy ass down crying again. And I didn't take any medication for any of the C-sections.
Wow. Oh my God.
Yeah. They wanted to give me all types of hard medication. I was like, no, thank you. I have to take care of my baby. So I raw dogged that whole shit too. So kudos to us moms.
Absolutely. Okay. What about breastfeeding?
Oh, I did all of 2 weeks, sis. I'm the wrong one to ask.
Yeah, I did about a week.
I lasted a month with Mason, and I lasted 4 months with Aiden. When I tell you,
it disgusted you. Look at her face.
I hated it. I mean, more power to all the women that do.
It's a beautiful thing.
Breastfeed.
Wow, it's me today. Best peed up here,
Best
okay?
Going this way.
Oh my gosh. Anyways, more power to the women who breastfeed for the entire year. I hate y'all.
I wasn't doing it just like, see, you did it to me and I was just quiet.
No, I didn't know what she was trying to say.
Best believe that best pee is going to be up here. Best believe.
And it wasn't the drink. I'm not even done.
Sis.
I did it for a week. And I did cry that I couldn't do it because I felt like the electrician.
Whoa! Electrician! I'm Raya. You know?
The lactation.
Why are you rubbing up on us?
I don't know. I'm chilling today. You watch me be nice.
I think she was like emphasizing a lot that breastfeeding is like the best way to take care of your child. And by the time I came home, I was like, I gotta do this.
Who said that to you?
The nurse.
The lactation specialist, right?
And when I came home, I'm like, I'm not producing enough. He's not latching, and my nipples were hurting, and it was just, I was a mess. And I was like, I can't do it. And my husband's like, just go formula, just do it. Like, don't stress yourself out about it. And I was like, no, I should be able to. And then I was like, okay. I just switched to formula after that. Yeah. But for like that week, I was trying, and I was so down about not being able to do it. And then I just gave up.
I got so engorged. I looked like a bad plastic surgery happened to me. I was so mad and so hurt that I was trying everything to get that milk out. The pump wouldn't work properly. It was so hurt. It hurt so bad. I couldn't even put the cup from the pump on to get it started because it hurt so bad. Then somebody suggested cabbage.
Cabbage leaves, yeah.
I put those puppies on there. After putting them in the freezer, I made Laz go all the way to the supermarket that had it. Put it on there. Didn't work. Then he tried. And he did. He got some out. But that didn't work. I went in the hot shower. Sit in the hot shower for a while because you know how sometimes you drip.
Sis. I would have been so fucking pissed.
Yep. It was bad. It was really bad. I'm traumatized.
I would be too.
Yep.
Nah, mine lasted all of 2 weeks. And Cam, honestly, I didn't even try for him. Because you just cut me open. There ain't no way. Yeah, I'm about to suffer here. And no, I literally was like, maybe I could pump. I tried to pump. And I was like, this hurts. No. Negative. Give him a bottle. And then for Anaya, it was only 2 weeks. And Jacob, same. He didn't even want to latch. Anaya was the longest. And the nurses tried it too. Like, you have to, Mom.
Yeah.
And I have to. That's what they told me. You know why? Because I was so young. They thought I didn't have, number one, have a kid at home. And they just thought, like, she's going to do whatever I say. And obviously they had the wrong one. I was just like, one, I don't have to do anything. 2, I'm not going to do it. And 3, I need a bottle. Like, why are you still here? Yeah, I need a bottle. So they would get so frustrated. Even Matthew would, like, get mad at the nurses. Like, you realize that she has a kid at home. And they would just look at him like, shit. And I'm just there, like, and I get nasty. So I hold it in until I can't no more. And then I'm like, all right, I'm about to put it out. But other than that, no, 2 weeks is my limit. And then I was bleeding one time. That's what this put a little sugar on top. Because I was going to keep on. Oh my God. When I saw, sis, it was real blood.
Yeah.
Real blood. I was sitting there like,
no, it's fake blood.
I was like looking at it like it was
like
fake.
you can't believe you're
I was like, is that me? Like,
that's what I was like, that's it. Once I saw blood, I was like, that's it.
The baby was
the way it
latching so hard that it was basically breaking. So no, thank you. How about body changes?
That's the hardest one.
After or before?
Before
during
and
pregnancy. Seeing my body during pregnancy, I was like, wow, I was amazed at how much our bodies do.
Yeah, definitely.
And just seeing like month to month the changes that were happening on its own, I'm like,
I think I hated like the 3 to 4 where you couldn't tell if you were pregnant or bloated, and I would was self-conscious. I always had like a bigger shirt on, and I was like, because you can't tell. Like, you don't want to offend somebody and be like, you're pregnant, you're not. You know, that in-between phase. I hated that phase. Cause I was like, can you just pop out already? But then after that, I was literally all belly. I didn't get stretch marks or anything anywhere else. It was just like my stomach, I put lotion on it, but that was all belly. After I popped, I was like, okay, I can do this. Yeah.
I had more booty, more thigh, more belly.
I had a lot of stretch
curvy.
After is where
I
changed.
Mine's was, remember, I went from like 110 wet till I had like A cups. And then when I got pregnant, I went to the F. I know, sis. And it's crazy. You see pictures, and I just look like boobs and belly. There was nothing else. Everywhere else I was skinny. My face, my arms, everywhere was skinny. But the baby was, so they originally thought, damn, your baby's going to be so big. And he was this little thing, 6 pounds. But it was just, I was so small.
He was 6 pounds? Yeah.
I was all belly. And I had got, no matter how much I put a thing on it, I had all these little stretch marks on the bottom. And I'm like, oh God, like it's coming. Like I'm going to look so ugly. And even if it's just me and Matthew's the only one seeing me. I was just like me. I was like, yeah, my body's going to change. Like I had none of this before. I was so petite. I was so tiny. And then when I gave birth, I'm like, damn, now, like, I look, I don't know, like, I was just so, like, self-conscious. I was always covering my stomach. Even when Matthew looked at me, I would be, like, covering my stomach.
I did, too.
It was bad. Even now, I still do it. Even now, I still be wanting to cry, because I'm like, like, damn, I still got this. Like, it's been years. I still got this shit. But
it's true, because I still have it too. But my New Year's resolution was to not be so hard on myself. That I'm doing my part, we're working out, we're eating correctly, and I made a human being. Like, be proud of that. You're not going to be yourself that you were before, but you accomplished something huge. You made a human, and you just got to work with it.
I worked out most of my pregnancies for both. And when I had them, I went through that phases of like, oh my gosh, my body's changing. I looked like this before. Now I look like this. And at the time, you're thinking like it's so big. But when I look back at pictures, I'm like, damn, for a woman that was pregnant and you kept going and exercise, you took care of yourself, and you still played that in your mind like you don't look great. I did look great. And I had this whole just vision of another person in my head who I was seeing in the mirror that wasn't really there.
And it's you. You're the only one.
I'm the only critic. I'm the biggest critic.
And it's hard because our husbands are like, you're perfect, nothing's
Yeah.
wrong with you. And you're like, in
You're
your
lying.
head, you're saying you're lying. You're
Yeah.
supposed to say that. This is what I see. Because I know plenty of times I'm like, oh my God, look at this, look at this. And my husband's like, I love it. You look perfect. You look perfect. I'm like, you're only saying that because you're my husband. But then when I start seeing the changes, he's like, I saw that this whole time. Like, you were fine.
yeah.
But you needed to see that for yourself. So sometimes you just gotta stop being so harsh on yourself and just love yourself for who you are.
Right.
Yeah. I looked back at pictures, and I had Cam right before Thanksgiving. And everybody was coming to the house for Thanksgiving, and I'm like, I'm gonna look fucking huge for these. Like, everybody's gonna take pictures, and I'm like, what the hell am I gonna look like? I'm gonna look crazy. And I look back at those pictures now, and the bitch was skinny as hell. I had no belly, didn't even look like I gave birth. I'm holding this little thing. My hair was beautiful and long and thick. And I'm just there, and the whole time I was looking at myself self-conscious. Because remember, these boobs came out of nowhere. They're still huge, but I had literally no stomach. And I'm just there like, oh, look at me, complaining. No. I still compare myself till now, and it's been 13 years, and how I used to look before. But then I come to realize, I'm like, I have 3 beautiful babies. Like, I don't look bad for having, number one, 3 kids my age. Like, I've seen people that don't have any kids, and I'm like, damn, I'm grateful. Like, there's always that what if, and then I'm just like, work towards my goal. Like we said, we eat clean, we go to the gym, and if I'm seeing little changes, then that's a big thing for me. Like, that's just, I guess, how my mindset is now, and I'm just thinking, like, how can I get better for my kids? That's the main focus.
Yeah. As a mom, that's your journey. That's where you have been. That's what you've gone through. That's what you created. And I think that, I know it's difficult in that moment, but give yourself grace. Give yourself the time. Don't dwell on all of the hard things you're going through, because you will get through it, right? Yeah. You're a mom. At the end of the day, you created life. That was all you. Yeah, they helped out a little bit. But that's all you. Yeah. That's all you. Give yourself some grace. It's an amazing thing that what our bodies can do, what we are capable of doing.
It's an amazing journey, too.
Yes, absolutely. And what you have at the end of it is beautiful. And enjoy the ride.
Yeah, definitely. You're never going to go back to how you were before. So, you're just going to
of your life.
Exactly. You're just going to evolve to something better, different. And you know what? That's okay. You're becoming you.
Yes.
And your kids see you as the most beautiful woman in the world, and your husband see you as the most beautiful woman in the world. You have to see yourself that way too, and you have to value that their opinions matter. And you are like, okay, I'm not gonna be hard on myself. Your opinions matter to me, and I should see myself better too.
Absolutely. And having friends, number one, friends, sisters, whatever, that also pick you up. It's just sprinkle on top. Because I feel like we're always there. Like, you look good. You have to have that, regardless to what. We see each other. You dress up. I'm like, damn, sis, you look good.
Yeah.
Like, you hype up. Exactly. So it feels good to hear it.
Absolutely. Well, this was episode 4. We hope you enjoyed the show. Thank you so much for joining us. This is
Amor.
Chaos.
And conversations. Join us for the next episode.